Hello, this video will cover How the Other Half Lives, a pictorial history of American life during the industrial era. The purpose of this assignment is to 1. Enhance students' understanding of historical context, time, and place. 2nd, it will enhance student engagement in the materials relating to this week's themes. 3rd, it is designed to enhance students' ability to think critically about past contexts and how they relate to the present day. 4th, it will engage students in student-to-student communication, which will be done so through discussion. 5th, it is intended to bring the classroom atmosphere into the online setting, with the goal is to make class time seem a lot less isolating. And then finally, it's to assess student learning through reflection. But before we get started, let's revisit Jacob Riis, the gentleman we see here in the photo. Jacob Riis was a Danish-American social reformer and known muckraker. His works focused largely on problems occurring in American inner cities, particularly those in New York City. In 1890, he published a collection of photo essays titled How the Other Half Lives. These essays expose the poverty and living conditions amongst many of America's urban poor. There are a number of major themes throughout the industrial era that are seen in Riis's works. Themes include poverty, corruption, violence, immigration, and ethnic prejudice. For this particular assignment, students will analyze the photos taken by Riis in the following slides. With each photo, students will seek answers to the following. What is the context of the photo? What do you see? What do you notice about the subjects? What do you think the subjects might be feeling or even thinking? Which themes or theme stick out to you the most throughout these photos? And finally, post your responses in this week's discussion forum titled How the Other Half Lives, and respond to 2 posts from your fellow students. So moving ahead to the photos, we see in our first photo a young girl holding a baby while sitting in a doorway next to a garbage can. What do you see in this image? What sticks out to you? Picture 2. This depicts an Italian immigrant in a makeshift home that he had built underneath the Rivington Street dump. Picture 3. This image depicts a group of men standing watch in an alley known as Bandit's Roost in the Manhattan neighborhood known as Hell's Kitchen. Picture number 4. This shows a group of children sleeping near a grate underneath a Mulberry Street stoop, seeking warmth away from the cold. Picture 5. This picture depicts a boy and his adult co-workers taking a break from their work in a New York City sweatshop. Picture 6. These are 2 child laborers sleeping inside of the Sun newspaper building for which they were employed as newsboys. Picture 7. This shows the inside of an immigrant home on West 28th Street. Picture 8, and one of the more well-known pictures taken by Riis, shows an Italian woman with her child inside of her Jersey Street home. Picture 9. This shows a women's lodging room inside a West 47th Street boarding house. And finally, with picture 10, this depicts a group of child rag pickers in a Baxter Street alley. So for some final thoughts after you've finished viewing these photos and perhaps while you're even posting your discussion questions. But these final thoughts are there to help students assess what they have learned. So how have these photos impacted your understanding of urban life during the turn of century America? More importantly, how have they helped you to uncover historical truths relating to poverty and economic injustice, social attitudes and moral behaviors, ethnic relationships and marginalized populations, progressive measures taken by social reformers, and finally, what parallels between yesterday and today can we see in America's inner cities?